Hello, guys. Welcome to Self-Worth Redefined podcast. Remember, as I always say, it's a very safe space, and today I have the lovely Dashik with me. I'm super excited to have this conversation with you.
Yeah, me too. It's long overdue, definitely, but yeah, I'm very excited too. So what's up, y'all? My name is Dashik, and I'm here with Iwaton, and yeah, we're just gonna dive into topics that we should be talking about and topics that people don't talk about enough. So yeah, get ready for a great show.
Follow up with more conversation with the gorgeous Dashik.
What's up, girl?
How are you doing?
I'm very good. How are you?
On Self-Worth Redefined podcast. I'm good, thank you.
Wait, tell me what it's called again.
Self-Worth
Redefined. That's so nice. Podcast.
Redefining your worth.
Ooh, girl, that's so important.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. But I am good. I'm so glad you came.
Thank you.
To visit, and yeah, I'm glad we're getting to do this podcast. I'm glad. I think this is the first time I'm on one of your episodes, right?
Definitely.
We've always just been talking about it, but
and now it's happening.
Yay.
I'm excited to do this, and thank you so much for having me. What's good on your end in regards to evolving, redefining yourself?
Oh man, honestly, the evolving is now kicking in because like I finished school. I'm just waiting to graduate.
Right.
I'm like, I also finished like an internship. So now I'm really like, okay, it's job hunting. It's, you know, like, or somehow trying to do like BHR. Because honestly now, like that is the way to go. Because I know like, yeah, even with these, it doesn't matter, corporate, like whatever job you have, like you still need some type of side money.
Yeah.
Like you still need to like hustle some type of way. So yeah, that is what type of evolving that I'm currently in at the moment. Also like finding sorry
no,
just
fine.
one last thing, also just like finding myself and like not as a student, you know what I mean, because I've literally been a student for like the last 4 years, so now I'm like, okay, I'm not a student, I'm an adult. So some things that I just like pushed to the side or like procrastinated on, now as an adult I'm like, if I do that then something else is gonna like not fall through. So that's what's going on.
I'm excited for you.
Definitely,
like I'm super excited for you because I feel like maybe if you're in that journey or if you're in campus, life is super different after you leave school or after you graduate.
It's the ghetto.
Yeah.
It's the ghetto.
And also you detach from a lot of people sometimes or not.
For sure.
And I feel like it's so important to be at a space. I feel like you're a visionary. The fact that you can say, you're able to say like no to this because it doesn't make sense to me right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not everybody does that. It takes a different kind of person with a different kind of mindset. So it means you're super visionary. And you're disciplined. That's the word.
Ooh, disciplined is, wow. I don't think anybody's ever called me disciplined. But that's nice to hear, honestly.
For sure, because I believe life after campus is super different from the life you're used to.
Yeah, for sure.
Every day, the kind of things you're doing, the kind of people you're hanging around with, you know? And I feel like it's the fact that you're talking about evolving, it gives you a chance to basically sit down with yourself and you're like, is this deserving of my energy or time?
True.
If not, and you're kind of like a visionary person, focused, you know where you want to go or what you want to achieve in life. It kind of gives you that understanding, literally cutting off with people and things.
That's
not because it was like they're not maybe being beneficial to your life, but because it's something you need to do for yourself.
I think it's so important because like I know like you kept talking about like cutting like few people off and just
Sorry. Why are you laughing?
No.
Do you remember something? Or someone you cut off?
Just like somebody watching will be like, oh yeah, I know she's probably talking about me, but no, like I don't know why I just thought that.
Okay.
But no, just like I like when you're younger, you feel like you need like so many friends, like you want to be like with so many friends, like somebody hang out with every single day or every weekend or whatever, and then like. It's so crazy how like everyone keeps saying like you're not gonna keep these friends like your whole life, and you kind of like don't believe them because you're like yo like this is my best friend like ride or die like we're gonna like always be in each other's lives, and then you get older and you even start asking people like like who's in your circle, like who's in your friend group, blah blah blah, and they're literally naming like. The list is like not more than 10 or like not more than 5. Yeah. And you're like, what? Like that doesn't make sense. But as you get older and as you like go through like different relationships with people and you go through like, different situations and stuff, you realize like, like, it's sometimes like, because, there, even in close friendships, like, sometimes it's not even any beef or whatever, but like you just see that you guys are going in different paths, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Because like it's not like you won't be. It's not like you're still not. It's not like you're not contacting each other or not able to like get in touch or whatever. But it's just that you're going this way and I'm going this way, and like the path that you may be going on or what you're doing is not necessarily like what I see in my alignment or life. So right now like I think I have more close long distance friends than like
I know
than actually people here. So because I know like because I like lately I've just been having like a lot of like FaceTime calls and calls in general with like my close friends like in the States, and it's actually like I'm actually super okay with it because like that's like the village that like I'm building. So those are like future like aunties that like are gonna be in like my kids' life. So it's like I'd rather build that strong of like stay continue to like have that connection with them, instead of like chasing like pointless friendships like here just so I can be busy all the time. Like, I don't need to be. I can literally just like go home, call my friend, and we just talk all night or whatever. Because of time difference, I don't know if it's all night or all day. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like that's important.
I think you said a very major thing.
Like you're far.
Really?
But
I think I'm closer.
But it's because. But no, okay.
I think you said a very like a super major thing in regards to like chasing, and it's because maybe the society or the generation that you're in, you feel like you need to have friends, you need to be in a certain circle, you need to be doing whatever people are doing, but sometimes you sit down and take this space within you and you're like, you know what? It doesn't really matter. This is my life. Yeah. And I make the rules. Yeah. It doesn't matter what the society says or whatever everybody says, because a lot of people are lost. A lot of people really do not know who they are. Like they don't take time to meditate in regards to understanding who they are, what they want. Yeah. And the fact that you said most of your friends are basically the connection you're creating right now are people who are not here, which is amazing also, because it feels like you're connecting more with people in a way who actually get you and understand you. Yeah. Because it's better to walk alone than with people who don't even really know you or really care about you. Yeah. And I feel like most people are in relationships and friendship with people who are not deserving of them. You can be the most amazing, loving, caring person and you don't receive the same energy. True. Why keep being in the same space? Yeah. Honestly, if you really love yourself, and that's where I really talk about self-love. Yeah. It's not about the self-love, like you're selfish. It's like putting yourself first, your mental health. Like, what do you deserve? Because you know what you're bringing to the table. And that makes it easier for you to tick the boxes in regards to the relationship that are coming into your life, in terms of also career, in terms of your, like the vision that you have for yourself. It's easier because you understand who you are, and you're super confident about who you are.
Big time.
And you'll never allow anybody who's not deserving to basically match up with your energy. Yeah,
that's so important. I feel like when you just on the same topic of like the cutting people off, like, and what the heck did you just say? Self-love. yeah so so one thing that like I've had to like start doing like most recently is protecting my peace. So like, and I feel like that's also in connection with like evolving, because you know sometimes like you want to like be so present with people, like for them to like make them happy, that you start like doing things that even like go out of your comfort zone.
Facts.
And so some like hard lessons that I had to learn was like, yo, like you don't necessarily have to like, you know, make people happy or all the time, or like do things for them. Like you have to like sometime, like all the time actually, like protect your peace. So like even if it's like maybe not replying to certain people sometimes, or maybe not answering a phone call, or maybe like just like staying, you know, indoors and like, you know, like self like preserving yourself. So I feel like that's like a big thing that like, you know, adults need to like no, that comes with like adulting, because we are literally like battling and juggling like so many things and so many life changes and stuff. And like there's a lot of people that we have to like, or we feel like we need to like prove to or make happy or things like that, but you can't like really move forward in your life if like your mental is off.
Thank you.
Like you can't like no matter what, because even like you know these great athletes, these great musicians, like whatever, like when they're some of them thrive, you know, when they're going through like, you know, mental health issues or whatever, but some of them don't. Like some of them it's really hard. So like if their mental is off, like they'll have a terrible game, or they'll not be like motivated, you know, to like make music or whatever. So I'm just like I just had to say it's protecting your peace is like so important,
like every day. And I believe with that the right people will definitely be attracted to you, because this thing about chasing everything, I believe if you're putting in the hard work, even in terms of your career, in terms of your relationship, which starts with you knowing who you are, you'll attract the same like-minded people. And everything always comes together. And the fact that you talked about adulting, most people really want to prove a point to a lot of people, and that's why they keep them in their life. Right? Or it's because you don't want to let go, and you're so comfortable in that relationship, which is not healthy for you, because some people seek love from relationship.
A lot of people.
Because they're so afraid of being alone.
Big time.
And I feel like for me, if you're super comfortable with your company, like you're good. You can thrive in this life. Not because you don't want people around, it's because I feel like you've attained that self-realization and awareness. Like of being joyous and happy.
Well, first of all, let's talk about setting boundaries.
Super important in life, at work, with family.
I mean, well, like, okay, for me, there's setting boundaries in like friendships, and then there's also setting boundaries in the same friendships with in connection to like being in a relationship. You know what I mean? Because like obviously, you know, you kind of like become a little bit less available because you're investing and spending time like with your like significant others. And like I feel like a lot of like people, like girl friends, need to like, you know, sometimes realize that, because I feel like it's a hard transition going into like you know, always being like really, really available to like your girl friendships to not to all of a sudden like you maybe just want to stay home, or you know, you just want to like be with like, you know, your mans or whatever. But,
what if you're not seeing somebody?
Well,
still, huh?
Okay, I mean, you still can like set those boundaries, because sometimes you also don't want to leave home, or
of
like,
course.
Yeah, and you shouldn't like, you know, feel bad for like canceling plans, or, you know, because I think it also connects into like protecting your peace. If you feel like when you're at home with your significant other, you're at peace, you're, you know, you're not like, you don't need to be in a club or like anything like that, or when you're just home alone and you're reading a good book, or you're watching a podcast, or listening to this podcast. Or you know, like just listening to music, movies, whatever, like if that's how you protect your peace, I feel like it's important too. And on the other side of like the friendships, it's also important, and to all females in general, to like let your friends like do their, you know, self-care and stuff,
right?
Or and
maybe they're on their journey
and maybe
to
they're on their journey,
exactly, and it's okay.
And it's also okay to like, I don't want to say end, but just like distance, I guess, yourself from like people that like you don't see, you know, is contributing to like protecting your peace. So it's not a bad thing at all.
It's okay.
Yeah, like it's literally super okay. So yeah, I feel like that just, you know, connects into relationships, because like us as girls shouldn't feel bad to just be like, hey, like this girl is not doing it for me, or this relationship is not doing it for me anymore. You know, it's time we just like go our separate ways. But yeah, there still can be, and also like what you have to remember is like we're all going through like journeys and stuff like that, and like just because like maybe in this time frame, like maybe 5 to 10 years or whatever, we may not be on the same path, it doesn't mean like people can't reconnect. And I feel like true friendships, like you guys can like, and I know we read this all the time or whatever, but it really is true. You guys can like not speak or not communicate for like long periods of time, but the minute, you know, you get back, you're talking on the phone or you're texting, whatever, it's like nothing changed, nothing happened. So I feel like it's important to also build more relationships like that, because just like how I was saying like earlier, I find like time to like call, you know, like my friends in the States and stuff, and I'm building like a stronger relationships with them, because we all understand like, now some of us have kids, now some of us are in school or finishing school, now some of us have jobs, you know, like, so we all understand that like we're not going to be available 24/7. I may or may not respond to your DM, or, you know, like the minute you DM me, or I may not answer like your FaceTime call or your text like right then and there, but we still do, like, that doesn't matter like if you reply like a week later, a month later, or whatever, like obviously, like, you know, if it's an emergency, you know, you blow them up,
definitely,
but I feel like it's so important to like build those relationships where like you just bounce back, like you never left, no matter like how long of a time frame like you don't speak or like see one another. So I mean, it's hard to like, you know, find people like that, especially like in this day and age right now. It's tough, but if you do have that, you know, circle of friends, because also like I don't I like sometimes just I get overstimulated a lot. So like I like sometimes like not speaking or talking to people for like a couple days, and I feel like there's something wrong with that. But there's times I'm like, I want to call this person, I want to, you know, back to back, I'm calling everybody, I'm trying to talk, I'm giving them my energy, and then the next day I might not like call anybody or talk to anybody, and that's just me. That's fine.
Okay. And I feel like you have friends who understand that. Because you've said if you have people who do not really understand that maybe you're not gonna go to that party or be available at certain time or dates that they've planned, and they get upset about it. Those are not your friends. Friends are people who really understand you and basically want the best for you in regards to your self growth. If it's you being on a journey of self-awareness or self-healing, you should have a support system. You should have friends who understand that everybody's going through their self-awareness journey. So they should never make you feel some type of way if you just want some time alone and you never show up to different events or you're not communicating as often, because I believe, as you said, in life, we're all growing up trying to figure out whatever we're doing, our goals, our visions, a lot. Yeah. And if you have a circle of friends who are super intentional about being in your life, they should definitely support you in everything that you want to do in regards to anything that makes you grow or be better.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking how like people go through like different seasons in their life. So like sometimes it's like we were saying before, like graduating, it's getting married, it's having kids, it's even going through like, you know, death and grief and things like that. Like there's so many different like seasons that we all go through. So like I feel like also you'll realize how true and like genuine your friendships are when you still have that friend through like each season that you go through, and you're still getting like the support that you need from that certain friend, because like they're not just because like you know, like you guys are having a good time all the time. Like there's sometimes where I probably will be sad, but sometimes I probably will just like kind of shut down. So like it's also important to like have and build like a friendship relationships with your, you know, your friends that they understand the good times and the bad times that you have. Because I personally have like, you know, just been put off by a lot of people, or just like had to like maybe distance myself from some people because like maybe they didn't know how to like treat me, or like the type of support that I needed like during like, you know, certain times in my life. So but it's all like learning, like it's all and there's nothing wrong with like, you know, not reaching out or not like giving somebody your time during like, you know, stuff that you're going through, because you also like because I have a problem with like, you know, projecting and stuff. So like like when maybe you're not at your best, it's hard to like, and it's hard to like, you know, keep a brave face or whatever. Like it's sometimes you just have to like, you know, push yourself away from people, just also to protect their peace, you know what I mean? Yeah, because personally for me, like ever since like I've been like, you know, going through like my grieving process, there's just been a lot of times where I just don't want to like be around like people because I'm not feeling like either socializing or interacting, and like I don't want to be like this Debbie Downer. Because I also don't really want to like not feel what I'm feeling, if that makes sense. Definitely. Like I just want to see these feelings through. So I may be quiet for like a couple hours, or I may not like want to no, that's the same thing, not want to speak, but I may you know, just like want to listen to music, or just like want to binge watch a show or something. But some people like okay, a lot of people don't know like, you know, how to like deal with grief, so like they just kind of like assume that like if I just like continue on like what we used to do or whatever, like you know, she's gonna be fine or whatever. But it's not that easy, like it's really not. So I feel like literally in connection now, connecting grief to like the seasons, like that there's so many seasons that like we have like life-changing moments. So like having like strong relationships with people like really help.
It's important.
For sure.
Relationships are like, it's wealth to me. For me, it's like super precious than anything else in life. I feel like I can call those people burden bearers. These are people who are with you during
burden bearers.
Burden bearers. They're with you in the good and the bad times. They understand what you're going through. They're there to just sit with you when you're grieving, or you're just in that time or challenging time in your life, and they're not even judging you, but they just want to be there for you. And it's like they definitely understand what you're going through. And the good times also, they're there. It's hard to find people like those who are there for you in the good and the bad. But if you're super fortunate to have like people who are with you in the two seasons, it's such a blessing. It is a blessing. It is a blessing because most people just see you when you're rising and you're excited and you're like doing it, but they do not understand maybe what it took or the things you've been through or the mountains you had to cross or climb, you know. But those people who are there for you, maybe they're always like maybe at the background, maybe never mentioned, the ones who basically hold you. That's what I feel like. Them maybe like a foundation for who you are, or maybe they played a part in your self-awareness journey.
For sure.
Yeah. And I believe it's super important if we have such type of people in our lives, because life is amazing with people who love you genuinely. Genuinely.
Genuinely.
Not because of what you have or what you're giving them, but because it's just you. It's amazing. Like it means the world to me, honestly. Having people that love you regardless, whether you're doing good or not, but because of who you are. And the same thing applies to you in regards to you being a part of their life.
Yeah, you feel it the same. Like, you've heard the saying, like, like I'm just giving like the same energy. So like but that's like I really hear it more in like negative terms, but like when you have like, you know, those genuine friendships, like the energy that they're giving off is easy to just like return. Like it's not like, oh, like you're not feeling like they have your back, or like you know, there's someone you can like go to. It's like they open their door all the time, so it's also it makes it easier for you to like open your door all the time, because there's like, you know, that type of like openness and trueness to the relationship. So but we need, like, in this day and age and adulting in general, like relationships are key. Like they really are. Like, and because we build and we have and we maintain like so many relationships throughout our lives, from like working to you know, like dating relationships to friendship relationships to family relationships. Like so, and in these, and as an adult, like I don't know if it's like you feel more pressure with relationships, but like the relationships you keep have more an effect on your life. And how like, you know, your day-to-day is, how your weekends are, like they do dictate like your life. You get that? Like agree. They do, because right now, like okay, not right now, but like when I was in school, like my relationship with teachers dictated, like not my grades obviously, but you know, like dictated like, you know, how we would interact with people. Like my relationships with my colleagues like helped me, you know, grow and get to know like just like maybe more things about school, or even like build that community within school, you know. So that's just like, you know, a little example, but relationships really like shape your day-to-day, I feel like.
There's this quote that goes like, the 5 closest people in your life determine how your future is going to turn out.
That's crazy. But it's that is so true. Because you, like, you know how when you hang out with someone for like a long time, or you've known someone for a long time, you guys like start talking the same, or start like all of a sudden you come to see each other and you're wearing the same color, or you know, like or you start having doing the same like mannerisms. Like that's why I feel like that quote is like crazy. I just laughed because I'm like, that's crazily true. Because and I really do believe that, because you start adapting what the people around you are absorbing, You know what I mean?
That is so true.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so much power when you're united than fighting against each other. We're such a
competing with each other.
Competing with each other.
Yeah.
There's so much power in unity, as I always say. It's like a superpower.
True.
Yeah.
It is.
And I believe check your circle. As I said earlier, if you know you're basically this person who's always giving, supporting, loving, you're always there for everybody, and the time you really need people, nobody is there for you. The guys you're pouring into, when the time your cup is dry now and is filling it up, because you're supposed to fill it alone on your own, you know?
Yeah.
That you can be able to kind of like pour
into someone else's cup.
Yeah. So just be mindful of people you call close friends.
Yeah.
Because
for sure.
People are just something else. They can turn out to be anything else.
Yeah.
So
100%.
which brings us back to self-identity.
Yeah.
If you go through the self-awareness journey, you'll definitely understand who deserves your time, your energy, your love. And it's good to be selfish sometimes if you're going through that journey, because it will give you this self-realization mindset of being aware of where you are, who you're with, and the people you open the door to your life to.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your last take?
True. My last take is protect your peace. I cannot stress it enough, because you need to be okay, like mentally, physically, emotionally, etc., financially too, but etc., even to like give yourself to people. I don't know if I heard of people. Be happy for other people as well. So just, and be a girl's girl. Like, it's so important, because we need the support, we need the community, we need the village, especially for like our future children. Like, the village aspect is super important, and it starts with our relationships with one another. So just it has to start with yourself and self-identity. Identify what you need in life and what you don't need, and what works for you. And I feel like that is the best thing that I can say. And I'm still working on it as well. We're all on this journey. So but I just feel like that's advice that I tell myself. So definitely wanted to share.
This has been amazing.
This has been awesome.
Thank you so much for revealing the time.
Of course,
Always appreciating
your
presence, you in my life. Thank you.
For sure.
For just being.
We are girls to each other.
Girls, always. So
it's important. We'll keep growing.
Definitely.
Together.
And learning and relearning.
So
kindly, guys, thank you for joining us here on Self-Worth Redefined Podcast. kindly subscribe and share and follow us for more videos, uplifting videos. We talked about something to do with